ขอให้คุณมาอยู่กับผม
Let's start with the video. Chapter 64. Summary: Joe quickly got ready and went to the kitchen to cook. The refrigerator was full of food, likely brought by Jim. Joe wondered how two people could eat so much and felt sad that some of it might go to waste. As Joe cooked, Ming came downstairs and watched him, reminded of the past. Seeing Joe's cooking skills and the way he moved brought back memories of when they lived together. However, the person in front of him was not the same as the one in his memories. Joe served the food, and Ming's heart raced as the placement and types of food were identical to what his former partner used to make. The flavors were also the same, and Ming became increasingly suspicious. He asked Joe if he had learned to cook from his mother, and Joe confirmed this. Ming struggled to accept all the similarities and wondered if he was overthinking. He couldn't explain the many coincidences, and his confusion grew. He tasted every dish but couldn't eat them, and eventually put down his chopsticks. Meanwhile, Joe was hungry and ate most of the food. Ming made a call to his private investigator to discuss the investigation's progress. They found that the crime scene had been tampered with twice, and someone might have entered the condo a few days after the incident. Ming suspected Saul, but the investigator mentioned that the door lock seemed to have been opened with a key. This revelation made Ming think of the spare key hidden in the fire hydrant box, and he wondered if Joe could have come back. Ming's thoughts were interrupted by the investigator, who asked Ming to consider removing the lock for further study. Ming refused, and his heart raced as he considered the possibility of Joe being alive and hiding. He stopped himself from getting carried away by his hopes and asked the investigator to investigate Joe. If you like this kind of video and want more videos, then subscribe to my YouTube channel. Only 5.3% of you had subscribed to my channel. Please subscribe, it will motivate me to make more videos like this. Thank you so much for your attention and participation. Let's continue with the video. Chapter 65. Summary. Joe finished cleaning the kitchen and prepared to go home. Ming asked to take him home, but Joe declined, saying it was close by. However, Ming insisted, and they headed to Joe's neighborhood. Ming wanted to visit Joe's mother, Ying, who was surprised to see such a famous celebrity at her door. Ying quickly boiled water and chatted with Ming, who asked about Joe's past. Ying noticed and became suspicious. Ming stopped asking and left, leaving Ying and Joe staring at each other. Ying asked about Joe and Ming's relationship, worried about Joe's career and potential involvement with Ming. Joe explained that Ming was an investor and they were colleagues. Ying revealed that she knew about Joe's ex-boyfriend Tharn, who she didn't trust. She warned Joe to be careful and not get too close to Tharn or anyone like him. Joe reassured Ying, saying he didn't remember Tharn and wouldn't get close to him. Ying then expressed her acceptance of Joe's sexuality and encouraged him to find a dependable boyfriend. Ying's worry for Joe's future and well-being was evident, touching Joe. Despite his past mistakes, Joe felt grateful for Ying's unwavering support and love. Don't forget to share this video on Facebook and Telegram chat groups and comment your thoughts about the series. Chapter 66. Summary. Saul returned to the country early due to Ming's accusatory phone call regarding the burglary at Joe's home. Ming questioned Saul's presence at the scene, implying that he was involved in the theft. Saul couldn't provide solid evidence to refute Ming's claims, making him feel uneasy. Saul had gone to Joe's home out of nostalgia, as he missed him. However, he was devastated when he learned about Joe's accident and disappearance. Despite the search and rescue efforts, they couldn't find any trace of Joe, leaving Ming in denial about his death. Saul felt a deep sense of loss and decided to visit Joe's home in the middle of the night, where he encountered the thief. After this incident, Saul learned that another named Joe would be playing the second lead in his upcoming music video. Joe, who used to be a stuntman, was now an artist with a busy schedule. He had signed a contract with a company and was under Saul's wing. Although he felt out of place due to his lack of experience, he was determined to make a living as an actor and stuntman. Joe's new struggles had changed his perspective on money. He became more cautious with his spending, as his mother's illness required significant financial resources. Despite his financial stability, he remained humble and focused on his work. When Saul and Joe finally met on the set of the music video, Saul was taken aback by Joe's resemblance to his late friend. Joe, who was playing Saul's rival in the video, was initially uncomfortable with the age difference between him and the female lead. However, he performed well, impressing the director and producer. During a break, Saul approached Joe and asked him to have a drink together. Joe agreed, and they were later joined by Woot and Art. As they drank, Saul couldn't shake off the feeling that Joe was somehow connected to the thief he encountered at Joe's house. When Joe's phone rang, Saul saw Ming's name on the screen, which sparked his curiosity. Joe, who was already drunk, mistook Ming for his mother and answered the call while slumped on Saul's lap. Saul took the opportunity to learn more about Joe and Ming's relationship, which led to a tense conversation between Saul and Ming. In the end, Saul hung up the phone, leaving Ming frustrated. Saul's actions made Joe uncomfortable, as he didn't appreciate Saul's interference in his personal life. Despite their initial awkwardness, Saul and Joe continued to work together on the music video, forming a professional bond. Thank you for watching. If you want to read the novel, then visit patreon.com/blspoilers. The link will be in the description. Special thanks to my legendary supporters: Melanie Harris, Kiara Russell, Rebecca, Ann, Brian Stargell, Chelsea 212, Suzanne 233, Tamara Coomer, Emma's T, Maria Lalbakan, Sharon Fong, Martina Bosinkova, S. Armstrong, P. Ed,